Yep.
Welcome back to Pretty Like Money with your girls Sally Chronicles, and
Juana.
We have a special guest.
Nah, this is like iconic because we never had a comedian on the podcast. So y'all know when we come to this room, it's a special guest. I'm super excited, and I also want to say thank you on air live for being patient with us. You know, shit happens, but we appreciate you. Glad that you're here.
It's part of the game.
Okay. So his name is Cliff, and he's from Hartford, Connecticut. He's a comedian, up-and-coming comedian. And he also has, I want to say it's like a sketch comedy show.
Like an improv, like a...
I want to say sketch. Sketch is more like thought out,
Okay.
Acting and shit like that.
Okay, let me bring it back. So he has a comedy type, I don't know what to say.
A comedy type sketch that's fire.
On YouTube.
On YouTube.
And it's called Hartford 911.
Oh, you're talking about that? Oh, I'm thinking about Off the Cliff. My fault. I'm sorry.
No.
Wrong show. Hartford number one. Yes. Melody. Yes.
Hartford number one. Cliff, welcome to the show.
Welcome to the club. And first of all, thank you so much because you're the first guest ever who brought us a gift, a bottle. So
never had that
shout out
before.
to Cliff because usually we're the ones that that's what we do. So thank you for being so thoughtful.
We appreciate it a lot.
Welcome. Excited to have you.
Yes.
Excited to be here.
All right.
So tell us a little bit about you, where you come from, where you're, a little bit of your background.
From Hartford, born and raised. Grew up around Sigourney Street.
Okay.
My parents are Haitian. I'm a
Sac
comedian, Sac my boule, I grew up around Sigourney Street area, went to Hartford High, went to Weaver. Been doing comedy almost 10 years.
Oh, wow.
Been a couple places. Been viral a few times.
You've been a couple places where you've been. Tell them.
Right.
I've been to the South a couple times, West Coast. I've been out of the country, been to Montreal, been to Texas, not out the country. But I've been to Texas, been to Tijuana.
What?
Yeah.
So that's many places that's not here, not close to here. So you've been, and how long have you been in the comedy?
10 years.
10 years.
Almost 10 years in July.
Wow.
Would you say consistently?
No, the first year I was just a big time alcoholic. I wasn't taking it serious.
Oh, wow.
And I was just getting drunk, and I was, 24 at the time?
Okay.
I started taking it serious like 2016. First time I was like, oh, the comedy, I'm gonna get drunk all month. I was stupid.
Okay.
Very dumb. But after like 2016, I started taking it serious.
All right. How would you describe your comedy? Like, because there's so many levels to comedy. Like, are you real raw and nasty? Are you like laid back kind of?
Both.
Ooh.
Both. I just tell stories from my life. Some of it you gotta kind of embellish. Some of it's based in truth, but yeah, some dirty stories from my life. I don't want to give it out so much, but yeah, I live life, man. I had a good time in my 20s.
Well, give me an example. You say you don't want to give it out too much. You don't have to give it out too much. Just give us a little something.
A little something?
Yeah, like what is something that back then you went through that you put in your comedy that you kind of can laugh about now?
All right. So when I was 19, I started selling weed to white people. I started hanging out with them and shit like that.
Taxing.
And then the first time I got head from a white girl. She, sucking me, whatever, and swallowing nasty shit. And my boy, I'm sitting on the couch like drunk. This is too raw, so I don't know if you're at the shop that,
We just want to give that tea. That's basically,
right.
We like it.
All right. I don't know if y'all like, some black women like, you
Baby, that's what we do.
You go fuck with the
No,
Debbie's or whatever.
it's okay.
All right, but Bunny, you played in the snow, all that shit. So anyway, so after I'm done, my boy, she's upstairs. My boy walks in. He's like, yo, what happened? I'm like, yo, man, she gave me head. She like swallow. She nasty. He goes upstairs. We come back downstairs. I'm like, yo, you got head too? He's like, nah, dude, I kissed her. And he puts his hand up like that.
What?
That's a real story.
He was white?
Yeah, he was white. Of course he was white. Of course he was white. You think a nigga gonna do that shit?
I kissed her and he didn't know.
And he wanted like a high five, like getting props.
Like we did that.
Yeah, I was like,
We're
bro,
so in there.
I didn't even kiss
so
her.
in there. So then what did you say after that?
I was just drunk looking at him like,
what the fuck?
Okay.
Yeah, congratulations.
I didn't know it, and I told this joke on stage in front of the guy in Boston.
In front of the same guy?
Yeah, he laughed. Because he been my friend for like 15 years.
Okay.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. That's cool that y'all can laugh about.
And we just laughed about it. Yeah.
I would have been kind of pissed.
Yeah, I would have been like, nah, don't even.
I mean, I never say names though. I don't say names. I mean, he knew. I told him straight up. That's the first thing he said when he walked in the door. I said, "Yo, man, she, you know."
There's no reason to be mad. Some people like to do different things. And I would ask you, but is it too early to get into that?
It's too early. Wait.
It's too okay.
We gotta slow up.
I have like playing questions. I like that.
Back up.
The first question.
Okay, so I kind of want to know what made you get into comedy.
I was doing skits for like maybe 2 years, 3 years. And I had a dream I was doing comedy at Pure. Remember Pure?
Yeah. Oh my God, yeah.
And I remember it was my brother and one of my good friends. They was laughing. The dream was so vivid. And then like a week later, this white boy I knew, he was at a bar. I think he was at Poorhouse. And he was like, "Yo, you should do comedy." So I took that shit as a sign. Like it was like a week later. So like a week later after that, I went to some open mic that was bad. And I was like, I'm gonna try this shit. But in like 6 months, because it was like January, it was too cold out. So I'm gonna start this shit in the summertime. Then July 28, 2015, remember that shit.
Get ready for a show.
What did you do?
I went to the open mic at the Hungry Tiger in Manchester.
Okay.
It's still running right now. Shout out to the Hungry Tiger.
Shout out to Hungry Tiger.
And I was with my brother and I was with my boy Pilch. And my brother was driving and he's like, "Yo, you should drink before you get on stage." I'm like, "Nigga, I'm not trying to do that shit." He's like, "Nigga, take this bottle." So I had some 1730. I was drinking that shit.
Got it back into your old bag.
Then I got on stage, started talking about like a whole bunch of like porn, some dumb shit. It wasn't even
so
that funny.
you didn't write it. You just.
No, I did write it. I like performed it. Like I would take my camera and act like I'm performing on stage and record myself.
And like kind of watch like how you
But I was just so like happy. I knew I was trash, but I was just so happy that I did it.
I'm happy that you did it today. And look at you, 10 years later, you still in the game.
Still with a job, 2 years.
Okay.
With a regular job, so
Hey.
Until that shit don't happen no more.
That's okay.
That's when I know I made it.
We respect the grind.
I respect that even more actually, because the ones that know this is like extensive work, like to do consecration and skits, and I'm a writer too, so writing and thinking about skits and being creative and things like that. So it takes so much hunger and just like a lot of determination to be able to go to work, get shit done, pay the bills, and then still have time for your craft and not cut yourself short, because it doesn't seem like you cut yourself short. You be outside.
Yeah.
But in the same breath, like comedy is not like a joke. That shit seems
Hell no, that shit not easy.
that shit
Hardcore.
No,
hardcore.
it's not
And
easy.
I respect that you in the streets with it. Like you just not on the internet. Like you really in the streets. You doing the stand-up shows. Because nowadays, like the claim to fame is you get on camera, say something funny, 30 like 3 seconds. You think you hilarious because you got a couple likes and shit. But when you really in the trenches and
Interacting.
hole in the wall comedy shows, you really getting at it. I like that for you.
Well, thank you.
You ever thought about it like that, no?
Yeah, sometimes, yeah. But it's just, sometimes you just so like, you wrapped into that shit. You just like, all right, work this, do that, do it. Then sometimes I sit down like, damn, I'm really, like when I was in Tijuana, I was like, damn, these motherfuckers speak English as a second language. And they was laughing at things I was saying. I was like, damn, what the fuck? This felt like out of body or something.
I was gonna ask you, what was your first experience like that? Like we always have like a moment where you're doing it for fun and you're doing it because you love doing it, but then was that your moment that you look back and was like,
Nah, I was at the Funny Bone, and it was the first time I was in front of 300 people.
Okay.
And I was dressed up as like Prince. It was Halloween. I think I was 25. Yeah, it was like 2016. It was like 25. And I just got like a big laugh. And then like I got like a feeling in my body. I was like, damn, this shit's better than sex right now. I'm like, yo, that shit better than sex. And I was like, all right, I gotta keep doing this shit.
What was the time that you realized like...
No, I mean before that too, but it was just the first time you're in front of a lot of people. Because when it's like 10, 15 people, that's still like a pressure, but it's not. During the people, it's like, these motherfuckers could jump me right now. You know what I mean? That's a lot of motherfuckers.
Or it could be extremely silent. 300 people? Like
Yeah, that can happen too.
If the vibe is not going,
that's part of the game. That's part of the game.
It's
Have
like,
you ever bombed?
Of course.
How did it go?
I got a funny ass story I always tell. So I'm opening up for, y'all familiar with TK Kirkland?
Yes.
Alright, so he bring like a nigga crowd.
Yes, he does.
And I was fairly new. I think I was 18 months in, and I was like very, very confident. And the first 2 shows I did okay. I did open up 6 shows. The first 2 shows I did okay. Third show was just rough. It was just the North End, Black Uptown, Steve's in their mouth, like niggas on niggas. And I was doing a joke, and it wasn't working like the first 3 minutes. So I'm like passive aggressively talking through my teeth, like, oh, tough crowd. So I do some joke, and I say they end up taking Sheldon to jail. So this Puerto Rican chick in front of me was like, they didn't take you to jail. And then I said something back, it wasn't funny. And then I just got mad. I was like, man, fuck y'all, man. Like, I just lost it. Like, I mean, fuck y'all. I'm here to get money. No, you ain't fucking with me. Fuck y'all. Fuck y'all. They start laughing at me now. They was like, oh, they respected me because it was real. If I wasn't here to get money, I'd fucking leave. I know you ain't fucking with me. And then, so when you're doing a professional show, you got the host. I was the host. We got the feature. And you got the headline. It was TK Kirkland was the headline. So I go back to the fucking, you've been in the Funny Bone, right? Been in the Funny Bone. So you know how it's like a little bar?
Yes.
Fucking pushed open the doors.
Oh.
Remember TK Kirkland and Big Red was laughing at me because I fucking bumped. So I had a drink because I needed one.
Mm-hmm.
And I had a drink and I go back up on stage and everybody go, oh, you again? That shit, yo, my heart sank into my balls, yo. That shit hurt. I laughed, though. I ain't gonna lie, I laughed a little bit because I gotta say to you, I'm like, yo, if this is somebody else, I'll be laughing. But right now, it's not funny because it's me. And so I was like, I know you ain't fucking with me. And fuck this fat Puerto Rican bitch right here. And then she was like, boo, nigga, you that funny nigga, tomatoes. Like, what you making me a sandwich, you fat bitch? Fuck you.
That's funny.
Now you give me shit back. Like, fuck that.
Right.
And so the feature did really good. TK Kirkland killed it.
Right.
And then I remember fucking after the show, you know, I gotta go back up, tell everybody to drive home safe, and I just left.
You didn't say like a closing statement? Like
No, I said that, but like everybody's leaving in front of me because I'm on stage last, so you know how there's like, it's the wall right here, and you know everything's back that way. So I just walk past everybody. I was outside the Manchester, Buckland Mall, whatever.
Right.
I'm behind the wall, and I hear like 300 people just say I was ass. This guy was ass. This guy was ass. This guy was ass. So like I'm in bed and shit. Like I gotta listen to my recording and shit. And then I don't know, I went over my like what I did wrong and all that shit. And the next show I did really good. And there was this black chick from Hartford, I never forget. She was like, oh my God, you was funny. I'm from Hartford too. You was a comedian. Can I get a picture with you? And I'm kind of like scared. Like, where was you at last night? Like, I'm thinking, like, I could have needed you last night.
I needed you.
But that was part of the game, man. You gotta just
ride it
fuck
out.
it. Hell yeah.
I respect that you didn't quit. I would have went.
Oh, no, because I was funny before that.
Okay.
It happens.
That was the only time that you bombed?
No, I bombed other times, but not as bad.
Okay.
That's part of the game.
Yeah.
If I was bombing all the time, I'd quit.
Right.
I'm doing this shit for free and not making no money. That's stupid.
Right. And you grinding. Like, that's not something like you gotta really look for sure.
I know motherfuckers have been doing this 4 or 5 years and they're not funny. They just bomb. And it's like, I don't know.
Do they think they're funny? Like, what is the process?
I mean, you gotta be delusional a little bit. You gotta kind of tell yourself you're the best before anybody else. But it was, I don't know. Some people have that one good show because you can get lucky and they just play that shit over in their mind.
Oh.
And some people that just do it as a hobby. Some people not really, taking it serious.
Out of curiosity, I want to ask you, since you've been doing this for so long, do you feel like it gives you kind of like a stroke of ego, like once you're getting better? Because you just said like, oh, sometimes they, it replays in their head and they're like, oh yeah, like they live in that kind of delusional world. Do you feel like being a comedian has changed your personality or made you like look at things differently?
It made me not like people as much. Because I feel like being a comedian is like, we don't like people, but we want people to like us. Because you see some of the same people, like insecure, haters. I don't like even saying haters, sounds so cliche, but you just see so much people like be weird around you. And I'm just a very quiet to myself guy.
Like miserable, like,
working a job with people like, damn, I wish I was doing shows in Tijuana. Look at my 3 kids.
Oh, must be nice. Yeah.
I don't like that shit.
Like throw shade.
Like it just be like, for what? I lost friends because of doing comedy.
I don't understand.
I was gonna say, tell us about that.
How does that go?
I mean, there's probably just more insecurities with them.
People change.
You funny. I'd love to be around somebody that's funny.
But
I'm not funny all the time. I'm more like to myself quiet.
Yeah, but it's a good balance. You're not an asshole and funny all the time. You're quiet, cool, and you're funny. So why would somebody not want to be around you?
They got to go to therapy for that, man. I don't know.
Seek therapy.
Hey.
Yeah, they can find you intimidating. Maybe because you might still, more attention or things like that. But they can find you intimidating.
But he's very humble because behind the scenes, before we started, I was like saying something to him. I was like, yeah, flex on him, shit on him. He was like, no, I'm not doing that. I'm humble. Like that shit can be taken away from you. Like talking about like.
Yeah, I mean with that whole tomato story, I thought I was the shit.
Yeah.
They didn't like right in your face. You know what I mean? Like.
Okay. Sometimes you need that to ground you.
Oh yeah. You definitely need a bomb.
Yeah.
You definitely need a bomb. Everybody has to bomb.
That's what I said, because the arrogance. Because being funny, that can like give you a different type of stroke of ego, and then the arrogance can kind of take over.
Like, bitch, I'm funny.
Like, fuck you mean? I get bitches. Funny. That's different. When you get bitches because you funny, that's a different type of nigga. You don't have to spend no money. You don't have to da-da-da. You're just yourself.
You're just funny.
You make a bitch laugh out her panties.
That's true.
That's fire.
That is true.
Shit except my fucking main slump, hanging up the rim.